Okay, so our next chemical equation, our reactants are nitrogen, N2 plus H2 makes NH3, which is ammonia. All right, so when we first start off, what we need to do is make our reactants and products list, right? So R and a P, right? So reactants. So reactants, remember everything on the left side. So let's list what we have. We have nitrogens and we have hydrogens, right, on both sides. So on my reactant side, N2, so I have two of those, right? Hydrogen, we have two of those. NH3, right? Remember that when there's no number after, I know that I have a 1 right there. And then hydrogen, there's a 3, so I have 3. So this one, right, both are out of whack, right? It's kind of crazy. So in this case, the easiest one to actually do is probably the nitrogen, just because it's a 2 and a 1. Those are kind of easy fixes. So I'm going to put my box around these, right? Remember, I can't change the original recipe. What I can say is how much of each recipe I have, right? Like if I were to change this to an N2H3, that's like saying that like if I was making chocolate chip cookies, like at the end I would make peanut butter cookies, right? If I put an N2 there. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want peanut butter cookies. I wanted chocolate chip cookies. All I can do is change how many of what I have, right? So that's the reason why I can't change inside the box. So I need to go from 2 nitrogens on the reactant side to 2 over here. So what do I have to do? I have to multiply and get 2 of these molecules, right? So when I do that, I can say, okay, 2 times 1, right? Because that's an N1, so it's 2 times 1. But here's the problem. I have to multiply everything inside of here, which means I'm also multiplying everything by H2. So since I have 3 of these, if I create 2 molecules, I'm doing 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so now my nitrogens are good, but my hydrogens are still not good, right? So I have 2 and a 6, right? So I know that if I do multiply this by 3, I can get to 6. So I need to just make a 3 in front of there, right? So there's a lot of math involved in this week, right? So, and it's not difficult math, but it's just math in general. But 3 times 2, so that means I have now 6 hydrogens on the reactant side. So that's all I'm really doing is just trying to find out the balance of what multiplying makes all this work out. So now I have 2 nitrogens on the product side. I have 6 hydrogens on the reactant, 6 on the product side. I'm good to go. So this is my, right? That's a 1, sorry. So if I come over here, my answer will be 1, 3, and a 2 right there. And then I would include my t-chart right here to show my work. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next one.